Here's a couple stories of clients who just kind of got things wrong or opportunities that I never ended up working with them. And the reason why I want to show this to you and tell you this, you avoid these mistakes so that you see what these successful people who make a lot of money, don't be like them. Learn from other people's mistakes. It's so much better to do that. And you're going to save a lot of money doing that as well. So here's one example. This is someone who I know. We were actually working on a life insurance case for them. I'm never going to say names. I'm never going to name anything in that nature because of confidentiality. We were working on a life insurance case for them. Unfortunately, things didn't come back as well as planned. They had a little bit of a medical history, but they were in their 40s, but it jumped their premium up almost 3 times to what originally planned. Sometimes that happened. The bottom line was it was going to cost them $200 a month to have a $500,000 life insurance policy for their family. So in case this gentleman passed away, that would go to their family tax-free. But you know what's interesting? I went to their house. When I pull up into their driveway, they were really upset about a $2,000 a year, $2,400 a year premium, $200 a month. But their basketball net was a $5,000 basketball net. They spent $5,000 just to put up a basketball hoop that probably never got used. You look in the neighborhood, a lot of them had the same things. They were willing to spend $5,000 on that and not spend $200 a month to potentially protect their family if something were to happen to them. I don't understand it. They just didn't value that. You know, price is only an issue in the absence of value. But they reached out to me to do this for them. I am not in control of their health, and they just didn't want to do this. And I said to them, if your health gets any worse, they may not offer you anything. Unfortunately, didn't have the opportunity to work with these people. You know, everyone fails. Every entrepreneur fails. This was one of those scenarios where they wanted to put the money into their backyard, and they spent $25,000 doing a patio out there. And the husband said to me, yeah, we barely go out there. You know, it was perception for their neighbors. Really unfortunate. They just could not put their money into the places that were going to help their family, but they put it into places that really appealed to the neighbors. Big, big mistake. Here's another one. This is a near and dear friend of mine. I've known him forever. Very successful company. We got together, we had lunch one day. He told me that he made $4 million from a company that he started in college. Service business, super incredible. Couldn't be more proud of him. $4 million is incredible. The thing was, this was fascinating. When you invest money, you almost want to make it like it's a bill to yourself. Like you pay your insurance bill, your investing should be a bill. Make it automatic. You know that every month I need to put X amount of dollars away for my future. All that could be planned out. For this gentleman, there was a similar scenario. It was time for him to make his contribution into his investment. So I called him up, thought no big deal. We've known each other forever. I said, hey, it's time to write a check. Let's put the money in. I don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it? You just told me you made $4 million. He's like, well, we netted $120,000 only. That was their profit. It looks great when someone's making $4 million, but if you only make $120,000 after all your expenses, is that a great use of your time? I had to have a really hard conversation with him. What's going on here? He goes, well, labor, I have to buy parts, I have to do this, I have to do that. We set up a plan where automatically, it's almost like a payroll thing for him now, where we know every month money has to come out of the company, pay for his future retirement. And he was so relieved because he thought, I didn't know I could do this. My accountant didn't tell me this. I thought you had the money. I thought there was funds from the business to do this. But this happened as well when I went over to see them. This is when I was asking for the check. Like, I saw this huge trampoline in their backyard. They built this like in-ground trampoline, this beautiful thing for their kids. But I'm thinking to myself, they're willing to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on these things, but they don't have money to invest. That's why it's so important to really make investing a monthly bill for you. Whether you're an employee, an entrepreneur, whichever the case, put the money away automatically every month, because his retirement probably not going to be the same because he's spending when he should be saving. This is one of my favorite ones. Really mind-boggling to me. Another person who I know, they were making tens of millions of dollars for their company and they had a profit. The thing is, you wanna, if you're an entrepreneur, squeezing all of the juice out of your company is one of the main things to do from a retirement income standpoint. You could set up 401ks, you could set up SEP IRAs or simple. There's so many different vehicles. cash balance plans, life insurance. There's so many different vehicles to help you with your future retirement savings. But they were so adverse from pulling money out of their company, but they didn't realize that they had an S corp. So everything flows through to the bottom line anyways. So they're going to be taxed on that money one way or another. It's not a C corp. We had to have these tough conversations when they just didn't understand that they could have the ability to put $20,000, $30,000 away or more into different investments that fit their needs, because they wanted to make sure that their kids were taken care of if something were to happen to them. It just took a long time to put the pieces in place. Entrepreneurs overall have a really hard time understanding where their dollars go. And I think it's because they have team members to manage, they have employees to manage, they have payroll, they have this, that, and the other. They have deadlines, right? They have to deliver to clients. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to have two different sets of books. You want to essentially pay yourself a salary every single month out of your business, because that's going to help from a tax and a social security standpoint. Automatically have a bill in place and a line item. And if your accountant isn't doing this for you, or if your advisor is not, please ask them to do that. Make your investing a line item, whether you're an entrepreneur, a team member, or working for a company. That way, on your balance sheet, you can know that you have X amount of dollars going towards your future. And then that kind of takes the guesswork out of what your future could look like. Entrepreneurs, again, they're some of the most loving people, some of the most giving people. I just want to be very clear on that. But they have the hardest time because I think they have two different books to manage. And when the business is doing well, that's not the time to spend on things that you probably don't need. That's when you want to fill up the accounts from the investment and retirement standpoint, because that's going to allow you to build your accounts, build your bigger and better future, and have a huge or a bigger nest egg to live off of when you want to retire, because you don't want to be dependent on selling your business in order to be able to retire. That's one of the things that entrepreneurs miss too. They think that their business will be worth millions. What if it's not? And if you didn't save over the past 20, 30 years, you might be in trouble. So let's try and avoid that. Make investing a line item. It's a great way to get ahead for your financial future. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Retire As You Desire show. Make sure you tune in every week. We're going to have new shows, new interviews, great guests, and a ton of success stories to help you with your money, with your future, and give you some bright ideas to simplify your financial future. Don't forget to tune in every single week for new episodes. And if you ever have money questions that you want answered, I'd be happy to help you. Send me an email at bill@bloomfinancial.us. It's on the screen here right now. Send me an email. I would love to get your questions and see if I could help you with your money problems. Thank you for tuning in.